hit the miracles.
You call half your stack on the river. Don't cough half your stack.
I had
And
queen
you still
high.
try to justify it.
I had queen high.
How can you justify yourself in the face of adversity and poor play? You can't justify it.
The difference, you can't even talk to me. I mean, you're like, you know what? I'm like
Listen.
on the world's tallest ladder, and
Listen
you're like
to me.
4 steps up, and
Listen
I'm
to
up
me.
like 10,000 steps.
When you're on this table, we're
as
in
soon
the
as you
same
can
league.
get,
As soon
even when you get to like the 5,000th step, if you ever make it that far, by then I'll be up to the 30,000 steps. So you can't ever talk to me in life about poker, I don't think.
Believe me one thing, when we're on this table, we're on equal footing. No matter who you are, how big your head is,
Right, and
it doesn't
you're
count.
still
What
playing.
counts is how you perform on the day. That's what people remember. It's performance
I have
default
the
every
best
single
performance
hand.
in the whole world. So
What are you talking about?
I have the best results in the whole world.
That's why you're so good. That's why you're so special.
I mean, it takes sap
you're
somewhere
only-
between a month and a year to drip all the way down from the top of the tree to the bottom. And I mean,
2.5 to 1, 2.2 to 1.
he's moving very slowly down the tree, this Phil Hellmuth tonight, isn't he?
Well, I remember in the last series, he often picked up points just by waiting. When he had such a short stack that you felt
do it.
most people would stick it all
Maybe
in,
I
he
could
waited
fold.
and recouped.
You never know.
Although this, he cannot pass. He just doesn't have enough chips. They've got to
You can
go
get a
in.
better hand,
He's
please.
considering calling
I'm
here.
gonna
I know
raise
he
something.
is.
Or I'm going to call, one of the two.
It's because he hates to do anything mundane. That's what he thinks. Oh, your average day-to-day internet player would move all in with ace-4. Therefore, I mustn't. But he must. That's what he's got to do. It's the correct
All
play.
right, 14,000.
Yeah, there it is. Someone's got a better hand than that. He's unlucky.
I'm not going to look because I'm from the street.
Well, that is a nice hand for Tony G.
Very nice. We both have a
So
nice
he's not a big favourite,
Yeah.
Helmuth,
I
but,
put it right in my-
you know, it was right to put in the chips.
14,000 should be.
No,
I
if
think
he's
it's
a
right.
favorite at all, it's
We both have a
Oh,
nice
he
hand,
is.
right? If you go out, you can't complain. But you can tell everyone
can't
you went
complain.
out with the best hand.
I think I'm going to win this.
Alex?
I can't believe it. I think
You want
I'm going to win
insurance?
this.
You want insurance?
No. I think I'm going to win.
You're both like that?
Yeah, I think I'm going to win.
Let's have $1 million side bet on it.
$1 million side bet?
Let's have $1 million side bet on it.
Well,
That's
Helmuth
it even?
should take
No,
this
it's a minus
bet
for
because
you.
he's,
Got your odds.
No.
you know, he's nearly 4
Tell
to
you
6
what, $1 million
favourite.
side bet minus 2%. That's generous. For a guy that's buying jets. That's not
That's not my style. You know that.
coming second is no good. If I win, I'm in the final 4. You guys, I don't even have to turn up.
18 points is not guaranteed to be top
I'm
4.
going to score at least 1 point, aren't I?
There we
Oh,
go.
there's the
That was
queen.
the queen. I see, I made a mistake. I thought it
Yeah.
was going to be the jack.
That
That's
was
what I
really
said.
bad read on your
Maybe a
part.
jack will come too.
You don't want a jack, do you?
No,
You'd like
no.
to see a 3.
3
You'd
would
like
be
to see
good.
an
No, I
ace.
want to see an ace.
I know. Deuce, that's good.
Now I want to see
Now
a
you got
3.
multi outs.
Well, I need a no spotter. Like one where you can't
Close
see
your
any of the
eyes. Close your
spots.
eyes, I'll tell
It's
you.
an ace, a deuce, a 3.
Close
Like
your
0
eyes.
spots.
Phil, close your eyes and hold on tight, and I'll tell you what it is.
he's referring to the way you
I'm no
can
longer convinced I'm gonna
squeeze the
win, by the way.
cards, the side
lost
of them, and it narrow it down to just 3.
No good, and Helmut's out.
Lucky.
Just 2 points for him.
Well done.
2 points twice now, Vicky, and
Well done.
I don't think he picked up a
Bike
hand all
time, that's
day,
for sure.
Phil
You
Hellmuth.
got a bike?
And looking at the pie, 3-handed now. Scharf nearly half the chips in play. And, you know, Eddie really needs to take this down. He could really use a win.
It's one of those days, but I mean, wow. And everybody else, they're playing so badly. I mean, they're really playing poorly. They're moving in with 3s and 4s and 6 deuces and all these crazy hands. And I mean, I don't need much luck. I mean, but give me average luck, and I'm going to make the top 3 almost every day.
And Eddie he sort of had a disappointed third in his first match.
Happy
And
lay down.
I think if he gets third again, it'll be another disappointed third, won't it?
Just had enough
But
chips.
these are 2 tough guys to convert through, aren't they?
What's happening here? He wants to give Kravchenko action with the 3s.
21.
Raise 21,000.
Well, look at that. They both limp on Tony G's big blind. G is having none of it. He says, I've got 6 deuce. I want to raise it.
It's an odd little raise. I mean, what is Alex supposed to think with his 2 3s? He could re-raise. We wouldn't do that.
Well, he hasn't been looking to mud wrestle with Tony G so far, and I think he's going to move out of the way here, actually.
Short stacked.
Pass.
Well, that's one the pot Shaft's not going to play it, and you know that's a sign of a great player because so many people they find 6-2 or the big blind, they gratefully accept a free flop. Shows Tony G has got the heart and the commitment to win the pot.
I'm saying now, look how boring it is because nobody's talking.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well,
maybe
just
they should have some kind of ruling.
I mean, I should be upsetting the Russian anyway. Just been thinking about that.
Raise to 17,000 total.
But you do think if a German, a Russian, and an Australian sit down at a poker table, don't you just generally imagine the Aussie's going to crack first?
How much you...
Certainly you imagine the banter will be phenomenal.
How much you...
Alex wants to know how much Tony G is playing.
200.
He's got about
Check.
70,000 more than Alex. And this is really the first time they've played a flop together that's got some money in it.
17,000.
Kravchenko's off to the races.
Well, there's no way Tony G is passing middle pair.
I mean, Alex will sort of take an alarm bell that he's behind, but does that mean he can't win it?
Well, now he's got a straight draw, Kravchenko.
And overs. Has he gone all in? What did he say?
No, Tony G checked. And Kravchenko is thinking whether to bet.
He said something.
What do you have? An 8 or a king?
One of those, you're right. Got one of those ones.
Oh, did he say all in, Tony G?
No, Alex said, what do you have, an 8 or a king? And Tony said, you're right, I've got one of those. And, I mean...
Check.
So they both check the turn.
Just wonder if Alex gave away the strength of his hand there.
Well, Tony G did. He told Kravchenko what he had.
22,000.
Oh yeah, but besides that.
Poker would be so easy if people always did that.
You're
yes, that's
right.
right, I have a
True.
pair.
And that pot has not only swung Tony G over the, I think the 250,000 mark, but it's knocked Kravchenko down a big lump.
Freaky. I mean, if you guessed more, you would have got them right. I mean, you guessed 2 cards. The 8 was the first one.
The pressure is on you. I don't have chips.
No, no, but
How you can have pressure when you don't have
you're
chips?
under pressure. You got
You're
5
under pressure.
points.
You're afraid to make a mistake.
Yes,
I'm not
I'm
under
always
pressure.
afraid to
I'm just
mistake.
waiting for a hand.
I understand.
I'm not
You're
under pressure.
under pressure.
I got no hands.
I
Sorry.
kind of like the way Kravchenko's doing this. You know, he's thinking sooner or later one of you guys is going to crack up.
Somebody will make a mistake.
And
Possible. A check.
No raise.
I don't think these
Give them a
guys are
setup flop.
going to crack up, but they might.
What about Eddie Schaff giving the free
Cold
flop
deck.
here?
Tricks both.
But it's very interesting for him because middle pair in Tony G's hand may get action, but Schaff just checks. Well, that's kind of killed it.
10,000.
And obviously it's not a huge bet, but doesn't Scharf have to think about the river? How big is the river going to be?
Well, he's hoping it's going to be king-sized. Ooh, 3 tens for Tony G.
20,000.
Can Eddie change his mind here?
But there's no hand he's beating apart from a bluff now, is there really? I mean, Tony G could have had the ace all along, he could have hit the queen, or he could have the I mean, he'd have
Whatever
had
dropped,
nothing.
it was random. Whatever dropped out, he could have been lucky. It might have been like 15,000.
Lines up to 7 and 15,000 now, and
Queen Jack of clubs.
this one has been like metal
You're in pretty bad
on
shape.
wood, a grind.
Right, queen deuce.
But Alex now on the short stack doesn't have many left.
26.
All in.
In they go.
I
It's not
can't
even
look.
double the big blind. It's a pair
I
of
have a
fours.
pair.
I mean,
Well,
Nice.
Ricky, if Kravchenko
Small?
comes back and
50-50.
wins this match from here,
then I'll buy you a hat.
What do you have?
a Jimmy Choo hat.
I lost pair of fours, the final
I don't
hand,
know if they're doing
the
hats
first
yet.
hit.
If you flop a 4, you're not going
You
to
can't
you
win
are
it.
Well,
just
can I wear
you are
your shoes